Hello everyone, I am Grilled Chicken Man and thank you for joining me today in another Case 4 video. Today I'm making the case for my time at Portia, which ended up being way more detailed and story driven than I could have imagined coming from an indie game. First, a little backstory. My time in Portia was developed by Pathea Games and published by Team 17, which is the same group that brought the Worms games to life. The game originally released on PC in January of 2018, but was ported to consoles, including Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch, so it's on all three, on April 17th of this year. The game puts you in the shoes of a yet unnamed protagonist, freshly back from traveling abroad, who is trying to fill his father's shoes of being one of the town's main builders, and simultaneously building a life of your own among the Portians. First off, the amount of detail this game has is pretty mind-boggling for such a small indie title, as I said earlier. Upon starting a new game, you are brought to a character creator, kind of reminiscent of Skyrim's, not as in-depth, but pretty close. Where you can change your appearance anywhere from your hair length to your chin width and everything in between. After choosing a name for your protagonist, you are thrust onto a ferry approaching the town of Portia, and your adventure begins there. You start off with a simple deed to your missing father's workshop, apparently he likes traveling as well, and a drafty one-room shack to stay the night in. Now the game offers so many activities, it's really hard to list them all here, but between building commission works to improve the town's infrastructure, managing various relationships with the many different townsfolk, farming, tending livestock, exploring ruins, fighting monsters, securing materials, chasing chickens, and fishing, etc., etc. You see where I'm going with this. There are so many things to do in this game. Now the graphics are a bit blocky and cartoonish, but to be honest, it fits very well with the aesthetics of the little quaint seaside town that you get in Portia. The game mechanics work well. Slight hiccup here and there with the frame rate when you're opening the menus while you're moving, otherwise they're rock solid. Transportation in the game is normally done on foot until you can capture and tame your own mount, which I have still yet to do, but it is something you can do in the game. The game story is actually very well done. Now, while it does not have the gritty tension and masterful writing behind God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2, what makes this game unique is the fact that as you write your own story, it builds itself around you. Actions you choose to take or not take will affect your story and the gameplay down the road. Now, time passes pretty quickly in the game, so a few minutes in the real world amounts to 20 to 30 minutes in the game. The game has a day and night cycle, weather variations, and many other ambient qualities that add to the immersion. The game also has a 4-month calendar, one for each season, and has events the town holds on each of those months you can choose to or opt out of participating in. Did I forget to mention you can even choose your birthday? Yeah, it'll show you a reminder on the calendar of the date that you chose so you don't forget, which is pretty cool. Expanding your home, your workspace, and your furnishings is also a big part of the game. The upgrades are expensive but not ridiculously overpriced, just enough to make you feel like you worked for it. Eventually, as you build your home and your relationships, you can even choose to marry someone. Don't forget to buy the wedding ring. That's important. All in all, this is one of the top 3 indie games I have played, period, right up there with Milkstone's Farm Together. I highly recommend this game to anyone of any age who enjoys any of the things I mentioned above. You are really missing out on something special if you don't give this game a try. Now, as always, thank you very much for watching, and remember, ladies and gents, keep laughing.